Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to another video. This is the Demoscene report for the 10th of July 2024. As usual in this series, I go through all of the news and highlights that I could find on the active Demoscene of this week, and I summarize everything here on this little video. Everything is linked on the description below if you want to check things more calmly. And if you like some of the contents that I bring you, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with a friend, and you can also donate something through patreon.com/psenough if you are so inclined to do so. I did have some questions last week about what the hell is this that I'm watching, like people who came into this video not knowing what the Demoscene is. So I'm gonna do a quick recap, and the best page to read about it is actually the Wikipedia page about the Demoscene. So Demoscene is a art subculture that's been made with people using computers to take the maximum advantage of the computers. It's a social community in a lot of ways, and it's not just making art with old computers, it's also making art with new computers, and so there's a whole community around it, and actively doing gatherings, meetups, competitions where we compete against each other, just releasing things in the wild. And that's what I try to do here. I try to summarize everything into these 15-minute long videos showing what's new in the Demoscene on this past week. So without further ado, let's take a look at the different things that happened this week. And first, there was this project by Distance, also known as Lackluster. He's been running a script project for Renoise to improve little bits of Renoise. He's been running this project for quite a long time now, and he recently made a few updates and was asking for people to give him a little more feedback on things that they would like to see improved on Renoise that he could potentially incorporate into this bunch of scripts that he's been developing. You can find everything on this linked here, org/lackluster-paketti.xrnx, the Renoise format. So yeah, if you have some quirks that you don't like on Renoise, Renoise is a music tracker, for those who don't know, famous music tracker that's half free. You can use it for free if you don't export WAV, but it's really cheap as well, so you can just buy it. So it's one of the more modern trackers that are still available nowadays for you to use. And yeah, this helps you improve your tracker using experience. More things that happened this week. There was the release of the SIDRIP Alliance's album that was featured on Ad Hoc Demo Party last week. They had a hint of it, and it was released just the day after. 10 tracks of remixing different Commodore 64 and Amiga tracks put together, all very well produced, so I highly recommend you checking it out. Then there was the reunion demo party that happened last week, and we didn't have a chance to cover on the last week because the results were not fully available, results and releases. Very small party happening in Sweden, only a handful of competitions with only a couple of productions on each one. The Amiga Amos demos won by Party Prod by Saxtorp Trading. Then the Amiga demo competition, also only 2 entries, Flicker Filler by Loonies, made by Blueberry, 128-byte intro, just flickering the screen, as you can see here on the screenshot. Got second place, and the winner was Equilibrium by Pacific, redoing this dynamic Pong effect that quite a few people have already made, even on Amiga, but they made a 2K intro out of it for Reunion 2024. Amiga Graphics competition was won by the sole entry by Yerik11, Reunion Summer, a nice little pixel art here for the Amiga. Amiga Music competition was won by Fluke73. C64 demo was second place by Undone with 99 Luftballons, tribute to the old 99 balloons. Music, and then first place in Business, No One Can Hear You Scream by Fairlight, the powerhouse of Commodore 64 demos, making so many full-fledged demos a year. Really impressive to witness on this last couple of years. And this is another demo, very solid little Commodore 64 demo made specifically for Reunion 2024. Commodore 64 graphics, only 2 entries. The winner was Boobas and Bobs by Berlusconi by the Gumpo Brothers. A little remake here of Bubble and Bobble, but with boobs. Commodore 64 music only had 2 entries as well. Zap 69 getting 2nd place, and the winner was for Fegulhuz of Fairlight with Petski och Findus. So yeah, very small party in Sweden, but a very good way to get together and share the love for the scene, mostly focused around Commodore 64 and Amiga in particular. Another event that happened a couple weeks ago and we didn't have a chance to cover yet was Posadas party happening in Spain, dedicated to the Amiga. They've been running for a while. They kind of came back already before the pandemic, but then they kept going after the pandemic as well. And it's the main Amiga demo party happening in Spain right now. So very, very good turnout overall in terms of participation, considering how inactive the Amiga scene is overall. It was a pretty good outcome. AGA Crack Throw was won by Blend My Balls by Amiga Skull, the only submission there. They even split AGA and OCS competitions into separate compos this year, which I guess makes some sense, but I don't know. AGA demo, 2nd place for Casio Age Test by Fireboy and Techniman, and the winner was by A-Maze by Capsule, which is still pending a final version. Was actually made for the OCS, but needed extra memory. So I think they might be working on fitting completely into Amiga OCS, which would sort of make no sense that they participated in the AGA demo in the end, but well, I don't know. Anyways, executable music competition, only single entry was by Joss, Hyperdrive Jump, so he won by default with a nice executable music entry. Fast graphics, Monstercito by Chani, in 3rd place. 2nd place, more thorough work by Criatura Azul by Grapey, and in 1st place, Bestia Parda Rises by Mac. Best music competition, they also had, I think, 24 hours to make an entry at the party place. Jesucito getting 3rd place, Strike getting 2nd place, and Fireboy getting 1st place on that one. They also had a category for homebrew games. Momo Space 2 got 2nd place by Custom Real Amigas Never Emulated, and 1st place was for Ninja Carnage by Resistance, which was actually released on multiple platforms at the same time. Amiga, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, and the ZX Spectrum. So interesting that this was released at Posadas. OCS Crack Throw, a competition that was already made famous last year. They did this big call. Batman Group did this invitation calling for Crack Throws released at Posadas Party Crack Throw competition. For those who don't know what a Crack Throw is, on the beginning of piracy of games, there always used to be like a little intro by the cracking team explaining what they did in the game, where they got the game from. And this was in the very late 80s, early 90s, was very common that you could see a lot of these crack intros, and a lot of demo groups spawned from this activity of doing these small crack intros. So they decided to revamp this type of competition, doing a single screen, just a crack intro, making it as small as possible, just one screen with some information and a cool effect. Crack Throw filler by Compo Fillers got 3rd place, and 2nd place Doom cracked by Goblin, so I guess they cracked Doom for Amiga. And in 1st place, channel number 6, Nibble Forge, won the Amiga OCS Crack Throw competition. OCS demo only had a single entry, Follow the Gem by Goblins, won that one. Track music competition was won by Joss, 2nd place to Fireboy, and 3rd place to Hum. Wild competition, a lot more entries there. Unfortunately, not many screenshots yet, but quite a few good entries. Special recommendation for Mac Gallery Volume 2 by Batman Group, because it has this very cool slideshow for the ZX Spectrum. Mac did a lot of alternative covers for video games that were famous back in the 80s or even more recently, and he redid some of those covers with better versions, or his versions, and they made a very cool slideshow of that. Great P getting second place with Car Animator, a tool for the Amiga OCS, and the first place was actually Music Disc for the Amiga AGA, losing marbles. So a very cool, wild competition as well. You can still see the entire competitions happening live at the Twitch TV/Posadas party URL, which is linked on the description here if you want to check those before they are available for download. More things that happened. There was also a video review or video report of the Amiga Posadas party event. Very cool 10-minute video showing the environment of the party place. So if you are curious on what it looked like, it's a very cool video to see the overall party view, party atmosphere. Then we have a presentation made by Greg Kennedy explaining what the Demoscene is to some of his audience who might not know. It wasn't really any news for me, but it was pretty well made, pretty well put together, explaining some of the basics of what the Demoscene is, the common things, where it came from, what it is, the connections with the old machines, with the new machines. So it did a very good overview overall, and within 37 minutes. So a good presentation there. Then Phobane72 dedicated some time of his life to put together a series of videos playing the first minutes of different demos for the Amiga. I'm not quite sure what the point of it is, because you either want to hear the full music or you want to see the actual demo, not just hear the first minutes. But I guess it's useful if you're trying to find, like, what is this demo that I remember this song from, and I know it's like from the 80s or from early 2000s, and I don't know what the demo is. So I guess you can watch a 2-hour video and try to find that exact music, and this might help you in that regard. So if you know the start of something and you're looking for the full demo, this might be a good tool. Otherwise, I don't really get the point. He did one for the Amiga. He did a couple for Atari and Windows demos as well, and Commodore 64. So yeah, if you find usefulness in that, you have a few playlists here for you to check out. More things. If you're planning to do some work for the Electronica BK, Caroline Software did some small things. They showed how the debugger, how their debugger tool works, how you can see the screen memory of things. And I think this is even available through the emulator that they have. So very useful tool if you're planning to do some Electronica BK development. And they also released some procedures for you to draw some basic stuff that is not available by default, and it's pretty much the bread and butter for anyone trying to make some demos. So check out their website and their YouTube if you like to do more stuff for the Electronica BK 0010 or 0011. So yeah. What else did we have? Nordlicht happened this weekend. Unfortunately, not all of the productions are available yet, so I think I will leave it for next week. You can already see some stuff on DemoZoo, and there's always also the Twitch link available where all of the compos are listed, at least for the next 7 days. So you can check that there, but you can see some results are missing, some screenshots are missing, so I will cover it a bit more in depth next week. Same thing for Sommarhack as well, the party that happened in Sweden on the same weekend, dedicated to the Atari. I heard a lot of good things were released there, both in terms of intros, demos, and music. Special competition for the 0-bit playing demo that apparently was the first time that was held and was a little bit of a success, had some pretty good entries submitted as well. But again, we will cover it a bit better next week. Same thing as Nordlicht, the Twitch TV videos are also still available, so if you want to check the productions directly as they were running in the competitions, check the links for links to that. Another event that took place this weekend was also the Vintage Computer Carinthia, address number 2A. I think they are monthly held in Austria. not many productions, but a nice little meetup that they have. The main production that was released was an art collection for Amstrad ASCII, but released on the Commodore 64. And how is this possible, you ask? Well, they made an exporter tool for that. So they can export Amstrad ASCII to Commodore 64 car sets and display them there. So, so yeah, nice little collection there. Also some Petsky artwork released by Logiker. You can see another one here. And a little game released by Will called Quest for Two. So yeah, couple nice productions released at Vintage Computer Carinthia. If you're in Austria, please consider checking out the next meetup that they have. And the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about before we wrap things up was the art pack released by Fire, celebrating their 30th anniversary of activity. A lot of good ANSI and ASCII artwork released here. Some already released on a few demo parties before, others are brand new. Special highlight to this massive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collaboration piece between 4 artists. So really cool stuff that you can see here. All sorts of different things. If you like ASCII and ANSI, definitely check out this art pack. And that's it for this week. Only thing left is to talk about the parties that are still incoming on this coming weekend. We have a Lost Party in Poland dedicated to all things 8-bit, not just Atari as it says there. Black Valley happening in Norway as well, open for multiple platforms at the same time. Vamala Party, a small party happening in Finland. The Halt happening in Russia. Euskal Encounter in Spain. Massive LAN party with a small Demoscene incursion there. Geeks Can Dance number 3 happening in C-Base in Berlin on the end of July, and then a couple things happening in the beginning of August as well, namely Assembly Summer, the largest demo party happening in Finland with a very big computer culture around it as well, not just dedicated to the demo scene. That's happening in the beginning of August as well. And then a whole bunch of other parties also coming in August. Pagadata, Silly Venture, Evoke, Syntax Society, Summer, Jumalauta, 24 Years, Chaos Construction, Xenium, and Aqua Party. So a lot of things happening in summer, as is usual in the demo scene. Find a demo party near you and try to enjoy some of the computer culture that we have. Hope you enjoyed this report. If you did, please remember to share with a friend, which is important to help the channel grow a bit more. And that's it for me. See you next week. Bye bye, everybody. Have a great day.